Hi, I'm Tara, and this is our happy horoscope for the Aries season. So, Aries, on Monday, I think at like 5:24, we will reach the spring equinox, and the sun will move into Aries, and it starts a new astrological new year, and there's a lot of other exciting stuff that is happening, and I'm talking like really kind of big astrological stuff that I think we are all really going to notice and feel. So first let's talk about Aries. um, the sun moves into Aries, we have the spring equinox, and it's everybody loves the equinoxes. Everybody will say they love spring, they love fall. And I think it's because that's a time when we're in perfect balance. We're at an equal point. Um, and everything is kind of just steady and maintained. There's no highs or lows like there are with the solstices, right? With the summer solstice, we're at a high. With the winter solstice, we're at a low. So when the equinox comes, it feels really good to not be dealing with extremes, to just be at a place where the earth is in alignment. And we're part of the earth, so we get the intensity of that energy, and it becomes a part of us, and it feels very grounding, and it feels like really really good and true, and it's just like a really good feeling. Everything is good, everything is just as it should be. Here's the thing though, alignment doesn't last. That, you know equilibrium, it doesn't last. um Maybe for a few seconds, and then boom, we start moving towards the summer solstice. We start reaching for that high. So I feel like kind of the message that I'm getting, for something for all of us to focus on during this time, and particularly at the equinox, is to really remember that we're not meant to be in a constant state of alignment. And I think Aries is perfect. The energy of Aries, it's a perfect reminder of that, because Aries, it's a fire sign. It kicks everything off. You're off and running. That's what Aries wants you to do. Aries wants you to just go. Don't think about it. Don't take a moment. Don't take a step back. Just go. And you're coming out of the winter where, I don't know about you, but I've been wintering like pretty I've been trying to do a really good job of it, especially the last couple of weeks, where I've really tried to just kind of slow down and just be, instead of always rushing around and trying to make things happen and do things. Sometimes it's good to just be, and that's what the winter energy is all about. That's what Pisces is all about. It's all about taking that time where you're just kind of being with yourself, and now you're coming out of that, and you're going out into the world, and you've got that fiery Aries energy saying go 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 go, and you're like, ah. You go from that state of kind of peace up to, woo, we got to make a run for it. You don't have to do that. And I think that as we're at the spring equinox, as we reach this point of alignment, this is a good time for you to really focus on your personal alignment, your constant. What is it within you that can help you to manage the highs and the lows, the runs and the sudden stops, the stuff that comes at you that you don't expect, the stuff that you initiate? Having a constant, a truth that you can hold on to within yourself, can make all the difference. It can help you maintain your equilibrium through everything. Look, we're not here to just sit still, right? We're here to go and do and be and have and enjoy ourselves along the way. That's what life is all about. But it can be wearing, and it can be, you know, I don't want to say a challenge, because that kind of has a negative connotation. It can be a lot sometimes. And when that happens, you want to have your own personal constant, your own personal balance, your own personal truth that you can hold on to. Because the truth for all of us is that we should always be feeling good. Our life should always be flowing. We should always be in motion, but we should always be feeling good about it. And as we're at that moment of alignment, something to think about over the next couple of days, as you know, the earth is you know, our home planet is kind of reaching that state. What makes you feel balanced? And your first thought might be other people, you know. When I started thinking about, of course, the first thing I thought about was my son, my cat. But look within yourself. That's kind of the constant that's always with you. And that's really where you want to look for that sense of peace, that sense of truth, that can help you feeling safe and happy and positive, no matter what changes come at you or what changes you initiate. Okay? So that's a little message about the sun in Aries and something to think about. I know it seems a little strange to be talking about being all thoughtful and everything when we're in fiery Aries, who's like, come on, we got to go. The weather's warm. The sun is out. Let's, you know, take a moment. Maybe do it before that stuff starts, and try to find that personal center, that personal truth that can keep you feeling good, so that you don't, because this kind of energy, it can be very overwhelming for anybody, even if you are a fire sign like I am. I get overwhelmed. Everybody does. And you don't want to feel that way, and you don't want to feel like you have to push through it or work through it. You want to feel like it's okay. It's okay for me to stop and find my balance before I start again. And that's the best way to work with this energy. I mean, yeah, you can just, you know, let the energy take over, and you can just like run amok. But you're not going to accomplish anything, because that's not what Aries is about. Aries isn't about finishing anything. Aries is about starting. That's why it's the start of the new year. And all of the other astrological signs come up behind Aries to kind of carry the ball that Aries is bringing out into the world. Okay? You're going to get like a double dose of Aries, like right at the start, because we have a new moon in Aries on the 21st. So on the 20th, you've got the spring equinox. And then the next day, you've got a new moon in Aries. New moons are always a good time for initiation. Before you initiate something actively, think about keeping your internal truth balance, however you want to put it, just so that you're feeling good about what you're doing. And you're taking insightful actions, intuitive actions. You're not just acting for the sake of acting. You're acting from a place of knowledge, a place of knowing. Because you do know deep within you, probably not even that deep. It's probably like right there waving at you going, hey, look at me. Take a look. Listen. Give yourself that time. Even if it's just a moment. And before you take an action, say, is this the right one for me? And if you're not inspired, wait a second until you are, or take a different action. It is a time of action. It is a time of motion, of movement. Make it be an inspired one. A couple of other things going on during the month of March. On March 7th, Saturn made a move into Pisces. that's kind of taking, now Saturn is the taskmaster. Saturn is the planet that makes you be responsible. It's the one that makes you do the stuff that you have to do. It's the one that's holding you accountable. A lot of people are not big fans of Saturn. So Saturn's move into Pisces, again, is really following with that theme of inspiration, of intuition. Because it's coming out of Aquarius. Aquarius is a little cold, a little clinical, a little, look, you got to do what you got to do to get here. And that matches up perfectly with Saturn's philosophy. But Saturn moving into Pisces, you're going to have kind of a gentler, probably not too much gentler because Saturn doesn't really know gentle, but it's going to be a little gentler. It's going to be a little easier. It's going to be like, how does this make you feel? You have to do it, but how does it make you feel? And what can we do to make it feel good? And that's with everything that you do. We all have stuff that has to get done. And that's what Saturn wants to help us make it happen. But it doesn't have to feel harsh. It doesn't have to feel like a task. It can feel like just another journey, another something that you're going to work your way through. It's all about your perception, what you do with the energy. And again, that goes back to your personal equinox, your personal balance of how you approach everything. And once you've got that, and once you start, listen, don't think that it's easy, or please don't think that I'm saying that it is easy, because it's not. I work towards these kinds of things just like we all do. Trying to be calm and thoughtful in the face of everything. It doesn't always work out that way, trust me. But it's something to reach for. And the more that you practice it, the easier it gets. And then you just see how your life just feels so much better. And it's supposed to feel good. Even Saturn, when Saturn is like, this has to get done, that's not supposed to feel bad. It's supposed to feel good. So Saturn in Pisces is a good opportunity for you to think about. Pisces is a water sign. It's all about those feelings. How does this make me feel? And how can I make it feel better? Okay. So if you're worried about Aquarius being lonely, don't. We've got another very big move that's coming up into Aquarius, and that is going to be Pluto. So Pluto is probably, don't hold me to this, I believe it is the slowest moving planet in the galaxy. And I believe that it's the one that spends the most time in signs. I think it's something anywhere from like 13 to 30 years it can be in a sign, which is, that could be a life, that's a big chunk of time. A lot of people who I believe the last time that Pluto made a move was 2008. So if you were born after 2008, you've never experienced Pluto moving into in the energy of Pluto being in any other sign, or having any other kind of and by the way, where it's been in Capricorn, okay? And Capricorn, as we know, is it's an earth sign. It's practical. It's dependable. It's about making the most of your resources. But Capricorn energy can feel a little stuck. That's not always a bad thing. It's kind of a, things are good, let's just keep that constant. And that's where Pluto's been. But Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, transformation. Pluto needs change. Pluto is meant to initiate and to help us evolve and to, keep things rolling. So this move into Aquarius is really beautiful energy. Now, it's not going to be here for very long right now. This is just kind of going to give us a taste, because I think it's on June 23rd. It's going to retrograde back into Capricorn, and be there until 2024 at some point. And then it will go back into Aquarius, and it will retrograde back again for another period of time. So it's kind of going back and forth and back and forth just for a little while. But, Pluto moving into Aquarius, Aquarius is all about, it's innovative, it's revolutionary, it's rebellious, and that's what transformation is all about, especially the kind of intense transformation that Pluto really, that's what Pluto's energy is all about. It's not just like on the surface, like I'm buying a new sweater kind of transformation. It's like I'm going to start making my own sweaters and selling them kind of transformation. It's intense and it's life changing. And it's moving to Aquarius is going to be really interesting. And I believe it's something we're all going to see evidence of, and we're really going to feel it. Because Aquarius, like I said, it's rebellious, it's revolutionary. Aquarius is cool, clinical. It's an independent thinking kind of energy, but with an awareness of community. It's Aquarius is the kind of energy that does what needs to be done because it knows it's for the good of all. It might be wrong, but Aquarius is not going to believe that. The nice part about this is that this is the kind of energy that can really help you make important transformations in your own life, and especially with Saturn and Pisces too. I mean, we've got some very kind of direct, forthright kind of planets moving into more thoughtful, more feelings kind of energies, and that's like a nice mix. It's the kind of mix that can help you ground your dreams, ground your goals, and make them actually happen. I always think of Saturn as kind of the face of reality. Like, if you want to say this is what it is, that's Saturn. This is what it is. You go into Pisces. Pisces is, hey, it is what I dream it's going to be. Now you're mixing those two together, and that can be really powerful energy, and something that I hope you'll really think about, and think about what you can personally do with this energy. So let's take a look at our cards for the Aries season. First of all, we're going to be using our Chakra Zodiac Healing Oracle to take a look at the energies for the Aries season. And then for a bonus card, I'm using this new deck that I just got called the Sacred Medicine Oracle. I don't know any of you who, if any of you work with Oracle cards, you know how sometimes you get a deck and you just connect to it right away? That's what this deck was like. Like it's not something I would have normally gone for. I usually tend more towards the more mythical sort of stuff, and this is a very grounded kind of energy, but I connected with it right away, and I highly recommend this deck. It's amazing. So that's going to be our bonus card. So we talked about Aries already. Let's see what kind of energy is going to be moving away from us. Oh, perfect. That's going to be conflict, Mars. I think in this case what we're talking about is inner conflict. And I think that's where you find that personal balance, that personal constant. A lot of times, especially when you're thinking about changes that are coming, or maybe a change that you want to make, you go back and forth, right? You kind of argue with yourself. No, that doesn't really make sense. Oh, I can't do it. Here's an opportunity for you to fully believe in yourself and your ability to do, be, and have whatever you want, because that is all of our personal truths. And once we take that to heart and we believe it and we know it to be true, it can change everything. And I think that's the energy that is moving away from us as we kind of move into not just a new astrological year, not just a new season, but it feels to me like we're moving into a whole new energy that's just going to take us out of where we've been over the last years and move us forward in a most pleasant way. So, the energy moving away from us, conflict Mars. That went upside down. Where we are in the present. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so presently we are in the energy is Virgo, the analyst. So, I love Virgo energy. It's interesting because it goes really well with Saturn. Virgo it's an earth sign, and it's a sign that helps you make things happen. It's about plans and procedures and, figuring out how do I get from A to B. It's very grounding energy, but you mix it up with the Aries energy. It can help you have a plan before you just start going. And that's what Aries need. Aries needs some grounding in order for it to help you make something happen. Virgo is about goals, and it's about goal achievement through planning and process and procedure. Aries is about just going and doing something, anything. Work with these two energies together so that you can really see a difference and you can feel really good. Again, and Virgo is really good at that personal balance we're talking about. This is the kind of energy that you can use to really be grounded. Sometimes what I like to do when I want to feel grounded, sit on the floor. Or if you're someplace nice where you can go outside, sit in the grass, sit on the beach, sit on a rock, whatever. Sit, put your hands on the ground next to you, and just feel the energy. Feel it coming up to you and feel your energy going down into the earth. And you get that grounding, and it's amazing how it can really calm any kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Chaos. That's kind of the word I'm looking for. And that's how Aries can feel sometimes, that energy. It can feel chaotic. It's just like, I'm all over the place. That kind of chaotic energy needs a grounding force. And that's what Virgo can do. I love this. This is perfect energy to go with Aries. So really like that. Our last card, where all this energy is taking us to. See, perfect. Earth manifestation. This is what it's all about. It's all about making something happen. Whatever it is, even if you don't have a goal, even if you're just like, you know what, I just want to do something new. I just want to feel good. Allow it to come to you. That's what manifestation is all about. Figure out, use the Virgo energy to say, okay, well, I want to do something new. How can I find something new? I could go online. Maybe I could go to the library. I'm not going to list all that stuff because you don't need to hear me say that, but you get my point here. We're heading towards a period where we're going to be able to manifest new, exciting things for ourselves. We're good where we are, but we're not here for good enough. We're here for more. We're always here for more. That doesn't mean that you can't feel good and satisfied and really happy with where you are now, but you're always moving forward, and that's what Aries energy reminds us as it kicks off a new astrological new year. But it's taking us towards where, and I mean, we're when we move into Taurus, that's where you start to see the reward. That's where you start to see that physical, and that's what physical manifestation is, the reward. Maybe you want to take a trip. You don't know where to, but you just know you want to go someplace new. This is the kind of energy. Then you come into Taurus where you've got that grounding, kind of rewarding energy where you see your manifestations. So this is a really good reading. Okay, let's see what the Sacred Medicine Oracle has for us. Oh, okay. Storytelling. Do you tell yourself a story of who you are? Not who you were, but who you are. I'm not the same person I was before I started doing this video. You're not the same person you were before you started watching it, or you started doing whatever it is you're doing, or when I was going on too long and you're like, oh Lord, and you clicked me off. No, I'm teasing. Storytelling is all about connecting. And that's actually what that's what it says here. It says storytelling connection. It connects us. It connects us with our community. It connects us with our environment, with our universe. Most importantly, it connects us with ourselves. And I feel like this card is coming up as a very personal reminder to you to tell the story of how you want your life to be. That's the most important balancing thing that you can have. If your story is, I always want to be surrounded by health and happiness and abundance, that's your story. That could be the constant that you're holding on to. That could be your point of balance. So that when you feel something that doesn't feel like it's part of your story, you can move away from that and go back to your story. This is a really powerful energy storytelling. I'm really, really liking this a lot. I plan to work and tell some of my own stories. And that's not to say that you can't bring in elements from your past. But remember, they are the past. And it doesn't mean that you can't take in elements of other stories, the story of the universe, the story of people around you, people that you care about. That's all part of your story too. But the most important thing that you want to focus on is your personal story and how well it's serving you. And are you keeping to your story? What is there that maybe is not part of your story anymore? And it's time for you to tell a new story that really, or maybe the story you're telling just isn't, I kind of reversed that. Maybe the story you're telling is not really serving you as well as it could. And you deserve the best possible story. You deserve not just the happy ending, but the happy journey, the whole great story all the way through. Okay, so tell the story of your life and tell it with all of the love and light and happiness that you deserve. And that's what I'm wishing for you. And I hope you have a wonderful spring. I'm so excited. I've had enough of winter. And not that winter was fine. I liked my winter, but I'm ready for something new, as I'm sure you are too. Have a very happy spring. Have a very happy Aries season. And I will come back at the full moon and we will talk more. One other quick thing before I go, something else to think about. For Aries season, we are going to have 2 new moons in Aries. Oh, there's something different. April 19th, it's going to be March 21st and April 19th, right before we move into Taurus, we're going to have another new moon. It's going to be in Aries, and it's going to be a solar eclipse, and it's going to be a great part of your story. So, wishing you love and light.